Reporting for duty.
Standing by.
Greetings.
Reporting for duty.
I am here.
And good evening everybody, and welcome to Top Shift 118. Now you join me in Phase 3 of the Scourge. This is the Interstellar Initiative at the moment, which is happening here in the Quator system. This is Phase 3. And what's happened is that all the way through this Interstellar Initiative we've been shipping grain and fertilizer and to try and stop planets from running out of food. Now it turns out, according to the plot, that the food has been sabotaged by these terrorists who have sabotaged the EX7 fertilizer that everybody was shifting about a few weeks earlier. Now it turns out that this is revenge for the Federation bombing onion head deposits, which happened almost 2 years ago. So this has been on the back burner for quite a while. Now presently there is a community goal to take out as many of the Scythe of Panem, and I'm involved in that in the old Cobra Mark III, so we're going to try and see how well I do. On board we have the usual voice packs that will helpfully help me out while I do this.
Clear of the landing pad. Regulate speed until outside the exclusion zone.
Landing gear up.
Landing gear up.
I'm still not used to how responsive the Cobra 3 is. So yes, C. Hutchison, there's my alt. I haven't decided on what her first name's going to be. It might be Clara, it might be Cara, I'm not quite so sure yet. Might just stick with Clara, actually. Clara Hutchison. And she's being a goody two-shoes.
Federal flight control now offline. Hope to see you again, Commander.
Now I'm actually flying this one in solo because it's impossible to actually show you the community goal in progress, mostly because the amount of commanders who are intercepting or seal clubbing smaller commanders in open. Now there are two ways to look at this. We've got those who are role-playing properly, the fact that they agree with the Onion Head people, and they're going to the combat zones and taking their side, which is completely valid. But you do have the usual crowd who are jumping in and basically taking out small ships with these massive battle cruisers that they've got. You know, the usual ganking. So if you fly about and open, you've got to be prepared for that. But unfortunately, I can't show you the rest of what's happening if I interdict it all the time. I'll be back into open after I've finished this, but now I'm going to the medium intensities of combat zone, even though there are low ones further out. The reason for that is, I don't know, it seems to be an imbalance. I seem to be able to survive longer in a medium intensity than I do in a low intensity. It's very, very strange. And I think in this case it might be an idea to have the supercruise assist so I don't end up doing the loop of shame. As you can see, I've got the head look all up and running, which is thanks to the ED tracker. And yeah, there's a couple of things more to discuss, which I'll probably touch on the way back. But for the moment, I'm going to see how long I last in this conflict zone. Now, it seems that the Onion Head people have poisoned the EX-7. The last community goal, as part of the Scourge, had managed to get rid of the EX-7 fertilizer safely. But we still don't know if they've got anything further hidden up their sleeve. Now, normally these things take place in 4 phases. This is phase 3, so there's still one phase or one twist in the tail left. Guns out. Deploy weapons.
The smell of napalm in the morning!
Oh, you gotta love Brian Blessed for this kind of stuff. Balance power. Conflict zone. Oh, look at this. This I do not want to be involved in, because that's a different combat zone. So, retract weapons.
Retracting all weapons!
Go to Super Cruise.
Charging Super Cruise drive.
So this is one of the problems, is that sometimes other conflict zones spawn. So we don't want that one. It must be this one then. Now I must admit, I have deployed weapons.
Weapons alive!
I've already lost 3 Cobras in this community goal already. So we'll just have to see how this one does. Might be balance power.
Distributing power to engines, systems, and weapons.
Okay. There we go. This is the one I want. Find a ship that I can take on safely.
Good to have you on the team, Commander.
Cobra, Python, stay away from Eagle. I know it's a little bit of a cheat going after the smallest ship there, but get rid of the Eagle first, and then go on to the rest of the
Good shooting, Commander.
I don't want to open the map. Close map.
Closing cartography.
There's another one. we're well ahead in the game. You can tell this by the up there that we have the defeated enemy ships and protected. There. There. Let's go after him. He's almost gone. Anything to help out? Outmatched by a ship like that, running is your best option. And an Alliance Chieftain versus a Cobra Mark III, Alliance Chieftain wins every time. So I might as well go and cash this in. I mean, 127,000, that's not to be sneezed at. So head back out again to do a little bit more. Now, I must admit, that's actually meant that I am now managed to earn back one of my lost 3 Cobras. So 1 down, 2 to go. And for some reason, when I was flying out into the low combat zones, I don't know, it just... I seemed to be up against fewer ships, but they were a lot higher rated. Now, the other thing that, of course, that's happened this week is that there's been a community notification that fleet carriers have been delayed by 6 months. Instead, they're going to be concentrating on bug fixes and parts of the game which need attention, is effectively what I've been led to understand. Is going to be their focus, and they're also going to be doing public betas when they do releases now. I know that public betas take an awful lot of work to do. Oh.
That's affirmative. You're welcome. Commander, what are your orders?
I'm being scanned by a friendly, so get this over and done with. Where was I? Oh yes, we were talking about the fleet carriers. Well, yes, they have been put back 6 months while they concentrate on stabilising the game and putting in, well, bug fixes. To be honest, I'm a little bit 50-50 on this. obviously shows how small the team working on keeping Elite Dangerous running at the moment is. If there was a 1 month delay on it because obviously they were fixing all the bugs that happened in the September update, which was about 3 to 4 weeks worth of bug fixes, and if that's going to put the fleet carriers out by a month, it just goes to show that they must have been on a tight schedule for it to have such a bad impact, and also, well, being in development myself, I know how sometimes these things slip. I mean, having it put back 6 months, that's a bit of a shocker. In fact, actually it's more than 6 months, it's more like 8, because they say it's Q2 2020 is when we'll get the fleet carriers. Which means the next one is going to be a small update with lots of bug fixes, and that will be released sometime in December. How do I feel about these? It's a difficult one, because yes, I want the game to be stable, I want the game to be enjoyable, but without new content to attract people, to keep people interested, it's a balancing act that I think all developers have trouble with. But on the upshot, I mean, and also they've sort of said they'll look at neglected parts of the game. Now, does that also include CQC? Does it include power play? Does it include multi-crew? Are they going to put fixes in for those areas? Because I hope so. Because those areas of the game have been neglected for quite a while. Well, I guess we'll just have to see. I mean, there's bugs out there which stops the Thargoid gameplay. There's bugs out there that just basically drives people up the wall with some of the little inconveniences it causes people. So we'll just have to wait and see what comes of it. It does look like we won't be getting any new content soon, but I do hope, I'm saying this genuinely, is that I actually really enjoy these interstellar initiatives.
Hotel uniform, FFC channel open. Submit a request if you wish to dock at this facility, Commander.
And I hope it means that they're not going to cut back on these.
Make your way to landing pad number 19er.
Because they've cut back on so much of the things. They've cut back on community goals, they've cut back on Galnet news. Obviously there's been a drought of new content for veteran players. I mean, everybody's been... Frontier constantly say, oh, wait for the 2020 update, because that's going to be fantastic. The 2020 update is really the 2021 update by the time...
2,000 meters from touchdown.
It's a long time to wait. It really is. I mean, I'm sorry this hasn't been more positive. I mean, don't get me wrong, actually, with all the interstellar initiatives so far, I've enjoyed every single one, and I hope they continue them. We'll just have to see what fixes, and if they do put anything small but new into the game in the near future. So that's going to be it for today.
Good to have you, Commander.
Thanks for joining me, and if you do like what I'm doing, please give me a like and subscribe. As usual, begging for likes and subscribes, and I will be doing another one next week when we find out what the last phase, or phase 4 of the Scourge actually is. Good night.